Hello, this is Justin of Team Herpy with a deck profile on Fun Evil Heroes, and it can actually OTK a lot of times, which is pretty cool for a fun deck. And these are your main monsters here. Got Evil Hero Malicious Fiend, which is a 3500 beater, and you special summon that using Malicious and a level 6 higher Fiend, but in our case, most of the time, you will be using a Fusion Substitute, so it's quite easy to get out. And then you have Evil Hero Dark Gaia, which when it attacks, it forces all your opponent's monsters to attack position, and then it negates all flip effects that would be activated. And it's fusion summoned by one Fiend and one Rock type, and then its attack is equal to the combined attack of those monsters. And most of the time, it will have around 3400 attack, 36. It's pretty easy to get it huge. Right, now for the monsters in the deck, you have 3 Dark Hexsealed Fusion. You can substitute this for any other fusion, but it must be the correct ones for the other materials. And it's also a rock, so you can use it for Malicious Fiend as the Fiend type, or the rock type. And then for Malicious Fiend, you can use that as the level 6 higher Fiend, or Malicious Edge, so it's extremely versatile card, and it's a dark. Alright, 2 Malicious Edge, just because you actually do have to have the actual copy of the card somewhere in here to help out. And it's 26 with Piercing, and you can summon with 1 tribute if your opponent controls a monster, but he's not really best on the field. He's best in your hand or grave. 1 Stratos, he searches of the deck. You can add Evil Heroes with this effect, so he's fun. 1 Guardian, because it's a rock, and I do run other rocks, so he will stay on the field, and he has good negation effects. 1 Evil Hero, Infernal Gainer. You can summon him after you fusion summoned, and then remove himself from play, and select the fusion, and the fusion can now attack twice permanently, and then 2 of your standby phases later, he returns to the field, and you can use it on another monster. So using it on like 3500 Malicious Edge, and then you make it attack twice. Ocean, he's just a elemental hero, and his recycling effect is used sometimes. Clayman, just another hero, semi-defensive. Doomcowl Knight is just a fiend with a good effect and 1900 beat stick. Mole is a rock, and it's just extremely abusive. Gores is a high-powered fiend that you can use with Malicious, and it's just an extremely good card. Sengen is another fiend, and it searches out a lot of the cards in the deck. Dark Arms, since you do run Darks, and you do manipulate Grave, you can run Darker. Alright, Morphing Jar, it's a rock, and it replenishes your hand after fusion summoning. Another Hex Fusion, but this one's the Earth type, just for more fusion possibilities. 1 Caius for that level 6 higher Fiend with Malicious, or another rock, and he's good removal power. Evil Hero Infernal Prodigy is a dark, and if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, he basically becomes Cyber Dragon, and then if you sack it for Malicious Edge, at the end phase you get to draw a card. Alright, Triple E to search out that Stratos, pretty much. Alright, triple Dark Fusion, so you can actually get your Evil Hero fusions out, and during that turn they cannot be targeted by traps, spells, or effect monsters, so they cannot affect Valor, your monster, when you use it for Dark Fusion that turn. And since that would really hurt normally, Dark Gaia, because the effect gives him attack, but since they can't target with Valor, he just keeps his attack. Double Dark Calling, it's like Dark Fusion except you use it from Grave and remove them from play. So you can like Dark Fusion for a fusion monster and then Dark Calling those materials, and then you have 2 fusions with the same attack. Book of Moon, that's kind of a staple. MST, just Spell Trap Destruction. Ulure for draw power. Reborn to bring back stuff. Heavy, clear field. Dark Hole, clear field. Rhoda to search out Stratos and your other heroes if you already got Stratos. 2 Bottomless, just for defense. 2 Threntals for more defense, Mere Force, and then your Solemn Judgment. And that's the whole deck, pretty much. You can run whatever Exceeds you want, and if you really wanted to make it more competitive, I guess you could find a way to include tour guides, because if you did tour guide, you could get Levy Air, and then you could bring back your materials that you play with Dark Calling. Enjoy.